Welcome to another episode of the Garage Grid Podcast. And as you know, I'm your host, Brad Herlock of AA Shop Marketing, a digital marketing company for auto repair shops. And today on the Garage Grid Podcast, we've got another Origin and Impact series with Chris from Lakeland Auto and Marine. Chris, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're absolutely welcome. And so I called Chris's shop, and they've got a kind of a fun voicemail, a public announcement before you actually get to and I'm like, okay, this is going to be a good conversation. We're going to have fun with this, if for nothing else, because of that announcement. What's going on when I call your shop? Tell me about this, Chris.
Well, we have a company, excuse me, called BusinessVoice. They're an arm of Madison Avenue Marketing out of Toledo, Ohio. And how I found them was one of our vendors had on hold, and the guy had a very good voice. And since we know him so well, I said, "Hey, who does your on hold? Because we need a message for on hold. I don't want to listen to elevator music and things like that. I wanted something decent." I had no idea we were going to go the humorous route until I started talking to this gentleman. Well, as soon as he called me, he's like, "Hey, Chris, you called about our on hold, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Yeah." He says, "Hey," he says, "I'm starting a new gig." He says, I want to do some comedy." He goes, "Would you or your customers be offended by that?" I'm like, "No, people that know me, I'm a jokester anyway." I'm like, "That's perfect." So he sent me a first couple, basically proofs, and I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, where's your shop located? It's 4,000 miles west of France, left or right of Lake Erie. I mean, and we get people here that call and they're like, where did you get this? Who does this? Just like you did. It's like, "Hey, what is this?" Because when you call, this is what greets you. And you at first you're kind of like taken back, like, "Do I have the right place, or what is this? Is this some kind of joke?" Which is perfect. That's what I want, because it's just like when you're getting your car worked on, or calling an attorney. We're the last people you want to talk to, and car repair places, attorneys, we're usually not real high on the trust list. So anytime you can, break the ice, so to speak, yes, it kind of helps. Not that we need that, but I love it. The gentleman that does this, name's Scott Gregory. He's an absolute genius. Not a plug, not a commercial. I'm not getting paid to say this, but they just sent our newest one, and it's actually I'm going to upload it here next, probably today or tomorrow. And it's actually a TV commercial. It sounds like somebody's changing channels on a TV, and it's I don't want to blow the cover on it, but it's just unbelievable. I don't even send this man edits. He came to our shop one time just to kind of look around and see stuff, but he puts stuff in from our local area. He talks about, like this one, he talks about the drawbridge and Catawba Island, and he'll talk about boating and marine. Just absolute geniuses when it comes to on hold marketing. They do other stuff too, but their on hold stuff is what I'm part of. And they've got half a dozen other companies that do it too, that they're doing this for. But it's a very good way to break in with your customers.
Yeah, no, I can see that. And so I imagine the person at the front desk has to be a little bit familiar with what's being said.
They are. And it's funny. I just had somebody call from out of town about a month or two ago, and they're like, "Can you put me back on hold? Can I listen?" I mean, who do you call that you want to be back on hold? Name one place other than this place that you want to be put on hold. Nowhere. I mean, that's the last thing you want. But they're great people. They're great to work with. The cost is reasonable. I can't tell you how much I look forward to seeing these proofs come in. And they have a whole recording studio, and they put sound effects in them. It's the whole smash.
Nice.
Mhm.
And you change them like once a quarter?
I believe so. Yes, I think it's 3 to 4 times a year. Honestly, I don't even know. He just says
Old ones are on YouTube somewhere?
they are, all of them.
Not on your channel, but on their channel.
Their channels, they're on our Facebook page, lakelandautomarine.com. You can go there and sort through it. And on our website. So if you go to our website, www.lakelandautomarine.com, there is a on hold tab there that you can go right there and listen to them as well. I always keep forgetting that. Um, I send everywhere. Excuse me. I send everyone everywhere else except to our website. And I think the whole point is they come traffic our website.